Yo, welcome to Sprawl and Brawl. It is episode number 48. We're here every Thursday night live. We're on Twitch. We're on YouTube. We're on everything. Just go on megascorcher.com. That is our URL to check out. That's our website. Everything goes up there. Everything. But for the meantime, we're going to introduce ourselves. I'm all Matt. I am the host, and then Steiner is also over there. Somewhere hidden in, what's this called? Fade land, because my fade is still on.
Fade? Oh, you got your fade going.
Yeah.
Nice.
Fading away into Calgary.
The world might actually be ending here, because we got hail and thunder and lightning and
it's going to rain frogs soon.
Maybe. It could be the ninth apocalypse or something crazy going on.
Mm-hmm. So what I need to do now for these shows is actually have credits at the end that credits who does stuff, because now it's just not me.
Right.
There's other people involved. So that's Jeremy. I don't know what his online handle is except Jerfails. So Jerfails. Just look that up somewhere. I'm sure you'll find it on Instagram or something. So
he does good shit. That intro's pretty cool.
Yes. His Instagram stuff is mostly just toys, so I don't know if you want to go follow his stuff on Instagram. But hey, if you're into that, no, I'm kidding around. I also have toys.
Dick pics.
Huh?
My Instagram's dick pics.
Well, don't follow that one. Just go look at it and then go report all of the dick pics, and then he's gonna get banned. So have fun with that one. Isn't your IG Jerfails? I'm pretty sure your IG is the same name as it is here on Twitch. So yeah, that's who did that intro and the intro music, by the way, and the intro music. So multi-talented. He's like Chris Jericho. He can do it all. He can wrestle. He can sing. What else can he do? What else can Chris Jericho do? Act, kind of.
He can talk good.
Oh yes. He's a good speaker. He has a good podcast. There we go. That's another thing he does. All right, there you go. Podcasting, bam. Because everybody has one of those now.
His whole singing thing that might be a little much, but
oh
sure.
no, he's gotten better.
I know. Well, I know he has a band or something along those lines.
Yes.
But I've heard it, and
I thought it was.
If he wasn't Chris Jericho, he would not have any sort of record deal.
Oh no, for sure. But I at first I thought he was total shit. Total shit. Back in the maybe 2000s, early 2000s.
Okay, that's probably what I remember. Yeah.
Yes, I know. And there's an album that literally just dropped. It just dropped, and his voice is I don't know what they did to it, but it's all right.
Mm-hmm. Did he actually learn to sing, or they're just adding in filters and shit to make it not sound
I would probably say it's a little bit of both. If I had to guess, it's a little bit of both. But hey,
everyone adds filters to their shit when they're going in a recording studio. So
I guess that's kind of news. We didn't talk about that yet. Hey, there's a Chris Jericho album called something. It's Fozzy. That's the name of his band. I forget what the name of the album is called. Jerry went to see him live in whatever town he was in. I forget. But he's touring with Avenged Sevenfold and another pretty famous band, I think. 3 Days Grace might be there, but it was another band too. But anyways, let's talk about some news. We got some new stuff. So last week we talked about the UFC adding the flyweight division to the women, and they're doing that, and they're also doing the Tough 26 season. Yes. Well, the thing that they were not sure about is that the next season was going to be this or the season after.
Okay, fair enough.
That's the thing they weren't sure about, but now it's confirmed after this redemption season, the women are going at it for a title belt. Jessica Pena said that she is. Jessica? Is that her first name? Pena.
I believe so.
Yeah. But she's interested.
Well, there's Jessica Pena. Yeah.
Well, Pena, the one who won the
Pena.
female. Well, the one who won the tough.
That's Pena.
What the fuck? Well, what's her first name?
I don't know.
We're gonna look this up. I'm pretty sure her last name is Pena. Juliana Pena. Damn.
Julia.
Damn, I fucked up her first name. But she said that she wants to drop down and go do this. That's fucking awesome. Put her in there right now. Make her the first one in there. Dude, that's like the redemption. People would watch it. It's just with the Ronda Rousey shit that went down in that house.
I don't know if she could make weight.
125? Does she struggle making 135? She said that she says that she walks around. Small. She says that she walks around at 137, 138 usually. That's what she said.
I don't know about that.
That's what she's
got some pretty big titties. That's.
She's 5'7".
Yeah, that's pretty tall. That's actually one of the taller in the 135s. Like you don't get much taller than 5'7" and still being able to fight at 135, especially with breasts her size.
I suppose. All right.
I mean, just like there are like Ronda Rousey's very small and she still has like, but Rousey's different. But whatever. Like Amanda Nunes, not very large breasted. Misha Tate, massive. Now there's the whole thing about those implants or whatever. That would even be more difficult if they are. But.
Well, she's not fighting for indefinitely, so we'll see if she ever comes out of retirement. I doubt it.
I don't know. I don't think she will.
She seems pretty happy already.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It seems like she would have probably thought about it already.
No, I just don't think she's in it, and punching people in the face is just not what she wants to do anymore.
Well, back then at the time, it seemed like a lot of shit was going on in her personal life. So I was thinking that maybe just everything came down at the same time, and she was just like, I'll just bow out for now, and maybe come back when everything settled down. But because she's still training people and doing stuff.
So. Oh yeah, no, I'm sure she'll be doing that until the day she dies. Pretty much, like she'll be doing something in the ways of wrestling and shit like that for the next 40, 50 years, because that's just what she's been doing for so long. Like she was actually a high school wrestler on the wrestling boys, like years and years ago. So she was quite a good women's wrestler.
I am interested in seeing this season. That's all I can say. I don't really care who's going to be in it. I like that
concept. Like even the last one, like going for having that title shot being the goal is really an interesting thing. It does.
We don't know if it's
extra element
16 or 32 fighters yet.
Oh, okay. So they'd actually have to fight to get into the house.
Well, fight to get into the house or split it up in half and do guys like they did with that women's season.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be 32. You're still talking 16 fighters.
Well, yeah, it would be two 16s or a full 32.
Oh, you're talking.
I doubt they're just going to do 116. That seems short to me. Well, what is this season? Is it just 116?
Actually, I think it's like 14.
Oh, jeez.
They're giving.
Because they're giving wild cards. Yeah. Huh. Well, this season's a little bit different. I guess the next one's different because of the title. I guess you could.
Quite a few of them though didn't actually get past their elimination round. There's like 5 or 6 of them I don't think got past their elimination round. Oh
yeah, in the house right now, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. But I think they've had a pretty good career outside the UFC, and that's why they came back.
Yeah, and they brought them back. Yeah.
Because Hader Hassan, he was in the house. He was in the house, so I don't remember.
Just the guy this week didn't make it.
Who was
he lost his
Johnny Nunez?
No, Johnny Nunez.
He was one of the guys who fought. Okay, no, then I don't know.
It was the guy who won. He's on Dillashaw's team.
The guy who won. Because James Krause, he's in the UFC.
Krause. Yeah, I know, but he lost his initiation fight.
Okay, yes. Okay, well then,
his entrance fight.
He's had a hell of a career since then because he's in the UFC.
Well, he came back and beat the fuck out of Rick Story.
Yeah. Yes.
And then, dude, that was brutal. Holy shit.
And he's been on a roll since then.
Yeah, he has 3 wins, I think, in the UFC.
I think so. Yeah, I think you're right.
Like 3 straight wins, and then why would he even? I guess whatever.
Well, we'll talk about Tough later. He kind of explained all that on the show.
Yeah.
All right. Conor McGregor and his girlfriend Dee Devlin have had their first child. If you want to go on Instagram, the kid has when you're certified, verified. The kid has a verified Instagram account, so for sure that's baby's Instagram account.
Right.
There's no fucking around, and also it's Conor McGregor Jr. Just in case you want to know.
I thought it was a girl. It was a boy.
Pretty sure it's a boy.
I don't know. I thought.
Pretty sure it's a boy, but I could be entirely wrong. I'm pretty sure it was Conor McGregor Jr. though. I'm just gonna look this up right now, just so I'm not wrong. But I saw the Instagram posts. Oh, it's Jack McGregor. I'm totally wrong. No, wait. It's okay. Conor Jack McGregor. That Jack is his middle name. Okay.
Okay.
I freaked out there for a second. No, it's totally Conor McGregor Jr.
Okay.
Steiner makes me second guess myself every fucking week.
As I should.
No, because I'm always fucking right every time you do that.
Not.
Well, 99% of the time. I always go look it up,
like a 50,
and then that's a great podcast right there. Us looking up. We should just rename the podcast. Us looking up facts on Google.
Looking shit up.
Yes.
Look shit up.
So tomorrow, actually, the UFC will host a summer kickoff event at American Airlines Center in Dallas. That's right before UFC 211, and this is the one that they announced the next 3 months of pay-per-views. So they already have the headliners of the next two, which I think is what's her name, the champion, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, and whoever she's Shevchenko, and the other fight on the next card, 213. I don't think they did announce 213. I forget what it is though. And then 214, the rumored headline right now is Cormier and Jones. I don't know if we'll find that out tomorrow, but it's possible that we will find that out tomorrow.
Yeah. They've been signed to that card.
Yes, but
is
Cormier,
it still speculation?
It's still speculation, but Cormier is saying that John Jones did not sign. That's what he's saying. Yes. So, take that for what it is. But they've apparently both had the bout agreement. So,
unless the UFC is trying to fuck him over on that he doesn't get his full whatever because he's not the main event, and that might be the stupid thing.
Oh, for John Jones?
Yeah. Because if he's not the main event, then he might not get the same percentage of whatever is.
That's possible, but I don't know if you can do that because that's in the contract. Unless it specifically says, unless you're not the main event, then that's not even a
right. It might actually specify something.
Who else? Because the only there's another fight announced for that card. I think I have it in the news. UFC 213. I don't see it. Damn. Yeah, there's another fight I got announced for that card, and I was like, "Ooh, that's pretty cool." What was it? I'm looking it up right now. 213. Oh, Anthony Pettis and Jim Miller got pushed to there because Pettis got injured. No, never mind. No, never mind. That's one of the fights, and then for Brashear, we're Doom versus Alistair Overeem. No, that's 213. I'm thinking about 214. Jeez, let me get 214 here. Yeah, okay. Du Ho Choi versus Andre Fili is the fight announced. The one fight officially announced. The Daniel Cormier and John Jones fight, we do not know. It's just announced, quote unquote. We don't know if it's real yet, but it probably
you're
is.
Talking 14.
Yes, I'm talking about 14.
13 is the fight weekend. Shit.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Anyways,
It would be this one. Yeah.
Let's talk about Baby Slice, Kevin Ferguson Jr. He's going to be returning at Bellator 179, which is the London card, versus DJ Griffin. Weird that just got announced because that's like in a week? That's literally next week.
It is next. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew it was within May, so yes.
Yeah, but then the week after that is another UFC.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big month. Big month because there's a big UFC this week too. All right. Anyways.
Yeah.
Bigfoot is back on TRT for his Minikov fight in Russia. That's pretty funny.
TRT is not going to do anything to his chin, and he gets knocked out way too easily.
Oh yeah, I know, but it's going to help him with everything else, like his endurance and recovering during training and all that.
Yeah, but he's still just getting knocked out.
Oh yeah, no, it's a little bit late, but he you can't deny that he was doing better on TRT when he was in the UFC.
Was he winning though?
Yes, he was. He was winning for a little bit. When he was on the TRT, that's for sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Any fight that I've seen with him has either been absolutely horrendous or he got knocked out in the first round.
Yes.
So, I don't know.
Yeah. So 4 fights got added to the Tough 25 finale, which is this one right now. Espen Ladd versus Jessica Ai, which that's going to be an all right fight. Yeah. Espen Ladd, that's her first fight in the UFC. Jessica Ai, she's been there for a while. I think she's like on a 3-fight losing streak or something like that. She's not been doing so hot in the UFC. Angela Hill versus Ashley Yoder. Man, that last Angela Hill fight.
Yeah.
Craziness. So be on the lookout for that one. Ed Herman versus CB Dalloway, the old dudes, the old tough people. Right? Ed Herman's a tough guy, right?
That's typically what they tried. Yeah, he was on top.
Yes. CB Dalloway should destroy him. Should.
I would think so.
That's my assumption.
Ed Herman either is like a fucking destroyer or is just like done. Like, it's really weird. He's either really on or really not.
Well, he hasn't been on in a long time, so I'm not expecting anything from him. So that's why I'm going with CB Dalloway on that one. If he's the underdog, let's say CB Dalloway is the underdog, probably bet on him. That's probably a good fight to bet on right there. I'm just going to say. Jordan Johnson versus Marcel Fortuna. I'm familiar with Marcel, but not so much Jordan, I don't think. I think they're middleweights. I know that they're not high up there. But anyways. So Mousasi. Gegard Mousasi was asked about Rousey this week. That's why I've always liked Mousasi, because even if he's kind of a stale delivery, he always says what he's thinking. He doesn't really give a shit, whatever. He's just like, here we go. So he said this about Ronda Rousey. He said, she's a good fighter. She has the mentality of a fighter, but she doesn't have the skills of a stand-up fighter. How can the media make her one of the best fighters when she can't even kick or punch? That's like Serena Williams playing without a backhand. How can they make her the greatest of all time?
No, I don't like Rousey's issue. I don't think she can punch, but she's just hitting mitts. She's not like, her issue is that she doesn't have head movement, as Edwin was making very clear in the last fight.
I've always, I want to put a soundboard in both shows that we do, and that's something I have to put in there is head movement. 100%.
Yeah, like it's just like if you see Rousey hitting mitts, she looks really fucking good. But then she's just standing there. She's not moving around. She's not getting the head movement. She's just fucking hitting mitts really hard, really fast.
She has one thing. She has her judo.
One small portion of striking is just being able to fucking hit shit really fast. You need to be able to hit shit really fast. Doing the Conor McGregor to Jose Aldo, I guess it would have been his left hand, but right to the chin, drops, done.
Yeah.
Like, it's movement. You have to be able to do shit when moving, or it's worthless.
Hey, because even early in her career, she always got caught. The thing about people catching her is they weren't powerful enough, and she always walked through it to get to the hips, and then if I can just throw them and then get the arm bar. That was all. That's literally all of her fights.
Yeah, in those two fights, she has a pretty good chin. Like, she took a lot of punishment from both Holm and from Nunes. So like, she has a pretty good chin. It's just she needs the understanding and the skill to actually be able to not take the full punch on the chin. If she could do that, she would be quite impressive. But
and she doesn't seem like she really wants to learn that. So
she went to a new camp, so maybe she does. Like, she left Edmond.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe. But is she coming back? I don't know.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. But like, I think she went up to Milwaukee with Pettis.
Oh, maybe.
I remember something along those lines.
I have not read about that. So
again, though, I don't know if that was just like a week thing, or like she was just there to do some shit for a little bit and then left. Like, I don't fully know, but I do remember her going up to Milwaukee.
Who knows? Maybe she was there with Edmond?
No, Edmond was not there. Okay. And that was the whole big news thing of that. She was there.
All right. Hey, hometown boy Mitch Gagnon versus Brett Johns got added to UFC Fight Night 113 in Glasgow, and that's really soon. That's relatively soon.
Glasgow. Yeah, I think it's Go.
Whatever.
Glasgow.
So Kevin
Gastelum, or we're talking about two different places.
No, Scotland. Okay. It's that place. Kelvin Gastelum was on the MMA Hour talking about his failed THC test. He was saying that, like, he quit a few months ago smoking and a bunch of stuff. He said a bunch of stuff, and then the Brazilian sports court came back and they were like, he's contradicting a lot of stuff that he said to us. So how about that? Because he said that he took edibles or something to them.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And that he had a prescription. But he didn't really bring that up on the MMA Hour.
Right.
So whatever. I don't really give a shit. Just give him the suspension because he's on weed and he's fighting.
Yeah.
It sucks. I'm not going to be here saying like, oh, that's performance enhancing. Probably not. But hey, it's in the rules. Should probably not do it.
Like what?
What?
I get because is it a? I guess it is just a prohibited substance.
Yeah. Yes. And it was in competition, so it's not. What can you do?
Well, there's a difference within that, I guess, though, as well, because it all depends on how it's classified. Like something like TRT is slightly different because it gives you benefits up into the fight if you're eating or having marijuana or whatever.
Do you mean THC? Because you said TRT.
No, I mean TRT,
okay,
as in
yes.
like testosterone.
Yes. Yeah, okay.
Like that's giving you benefits up into the fight, so you're able to train harder. The THC stuff or something along those lines, I don't see in how that's not exactly helping recovery. That's not exactly. I guess it'll help you sleep better. It'll do a few other things. But
yeah,
if you take a sleeping pill to help you sleep better, what's?
Yeah, exactly. Look, he's a fighter.
I just don't think it should be a prohibited substance. Like maybe during the actual fight. So if you.
But that's the thing. It was during the fight. So that's what I'm saying.
Oh, it was
in
after his last fight.
Yeah, it was. Yes.
Oh, sorry. I thought this was like a USADA going in.
No, we talked about that. He popped during the test for the Belfort fight. But anyways, yeah, and that got overturned.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Got overturned, and that's a no contest now.
Yeah.
He has a 90-day suspension, and that got updated for USADA. I think they gave him 90 days too. Might have been 6 months actually.
Anything with USADA is typically 6 months.
Let's see. It might have been 6 months because it's the front page item on MMA Fighting when I just went to it. Let's see. USADA suspends Gaslam 3 months. 3 months. 90 days.
So it's in total then 6 months, or is it?
No, it's 3 months.
It's okay.
It's nothing.
Well, it's not nothing because he's not fighting Anderson.
Well, he's not fighting Anderson, and he got overturned, so that sucks for him. All right.
So, does he lose his win bonus?
Oh, don't go ask Dana. No, I don't know. I haven't read about that. Have not.
That's something the UFC obviously. I would think he should, technically speaking, but
talk about
he no longer won.
Talk about the MMA Hour. Matt Hughes was also on it, and he was saying that he's now considering maybe coming out of retirement. And he said that he was maybe wanting to fight Chuck Liddell, or somebody brought up Matt Serra.
Okay, Serra makes sense. Yes. Liddell is what the fuck is that? And
two old dudes going probably on Bellator. If I had to guess.
Well, Serra is actually kind of gone on his podcast. He's mentioned that he would be interested in something like that.
Yes, no, I know that angle. That's for sure. The Matt Serra.
They do not like one another at all.
Well, they've gotten to the age now that I think they're kind of over it, and they would just basically like to fight just to fight. But
they don't. Well, no, they still don't like each other, but they respect each other.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was going to say something similar.
Like they respect what each other have done, but yet they just. Their personalities just are complete opposites.
Well, yeah, one's a New Yorker, kind of loud. Matt Hughes, he likes to speak, but I wouldn't describe him as loud.
No, he does like to preach to his fighters, though.
Sure. They have different attitudes, though. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Where is freaking Hughes from? He's got to be down south a little bit. Definitely not New York.
I'm sure. No, it would be. I don't know.
Oh yeah, Midwest sounds right.
I'm sure he was a farmer, so it'd be flyover state. I'm sure.
I'm looking at it right now. Illinois. Yeah. Oh man, that's right there.
Oh, so actually, isn't that?
That's not too bad.
No.
And I know because he's out of Militich, so when you said Midwest, it totally made sense to me. Anyways, that's Matt Hughes.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout because he's not making that UFC money anymore.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's been a little bit.
He was getting a lot. Like he was getting like $300,000-$400,000 a year.
Well, him and Chuck Liddell. They were doing pretty okay.
Yeah.
For not doing too much. Well, Matt Hughes was showing up. I would say Matt Hughes was more constant. I saw him way more than Liddell.
I saw Liddell at quite a few. Like he did a lot of interviews. He did a lot of this. He did a lot of that though as well. So
they were all over the place. Just
yes.
Yeah, I would say at actual UFCs, I think I saw Hughes way more. Liddell showed up on the internet at weird places. He was just kind of everywhere. All right, Scott Coker said that the winner of the Daly McDonald fight will face the winner of the Lima Larkin fight. So yeah, of course, thanks Scott Coker. Obvious news. That's just in. The winner of this fight will be what? This is a first contender fight? What? Who knew? I never saw this coming. But yeah, there you go. This just in. Jimmy Rivera versus Thomas Almeida set for UFC on Fox 25. That's in Long Island. That's like in a month, I think, the next Fox card. I don't know the date of this one off the top of my head. But they do for a year usually. So July 22nd. So yeah, this is a month and 2 months. 2 months. And that's the only actual official fight for it right now. There's a few that are they've been worked on, but we don't know yet. Never mind. Jan Vellante versus Patrick Cummins. That was originally scheduled for December, and it got moved. Oh, it's expected to be moved to this event. See, there's nothing official yet on this card except for that one fight: Jimmy Rivera versus Thomas Almeida. It's the only one. The Fox cards are usually good, so I wouldn't be too worried about that. Nate Diaz was in the news this week. He was also on the MMA Hour, but it wasn't the actual MMA Hour. It was like another separate podcast because he's so cool. So he got his own separate podcast. I didn't actually listen to it, but in it, I'm sure what he said, but in it, he said that he's a superstar and he's on the same level as like a Conor McGregor or something. And then Dana White, he disagreed, which at first I was just
I'm somewhere in the middle there. Like,
look,
yes,
I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. But the thing I was gonna say is, at first I was pissed that Dana White said that because I'm just like, man, you should be promoting these motherfuckers, not throwing them down. But at the same time, Nate talks a lot of shit, and most of it is not true. So I kind of just want to say that you should probably consider that when he talks shit. So
it's more so like McGregor takes a fight, or does this, or does that.
No, well, here's the difference between the both of them.
Is all about wanting the money, and then he'll do it.
Well, yeah, now
proving that he deserves the money.
Now he is, yes, because he laughed about getting the fight with Alvarez, and then there was another one that I think he turned down. But the Alvarez fight was just recently. Yeah. That's a pretty good fight. He should have taken that one. That's a good fight. That's a winnable fight for Nate Diaz that would get him elevated to whatever the fuck he wanted after that. Like, it's weird. Whatever. But he has enough money that he doesn't need to do that shit anymore. So good for him.
Like, he got one really good payday and one good payday. Like, he has money, but I don't think it's enough
and it's not.
money.
Well, it's not even just that. He has notoriety now. Like, he's okay. Here's the difference between the two of them: is Conor McGregor, doesn't matter who the fuck he fights. He could fight a tree. He could fight a robot. It doesn't fucking matter. People will fucking show up and watch him fight. They showed up to watch him talk with fucking Ariel Helwani. And that was in Glasgow, I think, right? And
I don't know.
No, that was in Scotland. I think it was in Britain. I think it was in.
It wouldn't have been Scotland. It would have been Ireland.
Ireland. He was in Scotland. No, he wasn't in Ireland. That's the weird thing. He was not. He was not in his home country, which was even weirder. And people still showed up and fucking sold out the place. So, yeah, that's not Diaz. Diaz needs an opponent for him. You know, if he just shows up. It won't be the same amount as Conor McGregor,
like,
you know?
I know. Like, I'm somewhere in the mid. Like, Diaz can sell a fight.
Yes.
But
yes. Here's what he is on the John Jones level.
Yeah, okay, I would agree with that. Because McGregor is something completely different. But the thing is, McGregor talks really well. Like, I want to say talks well, but whatever. Like, he's takes the Chael Sonnen thing to
you
the
can
next
buy
level.
What he says. As ridiculous as it is, you're just like, oh yeah, that's him.
The thing is, he does back up what shit talking he does. It's not that like he just shit talks.
Well, and his shit talking isn't even all that bad. The only time he really gets that bad is when the person responds, right? When it's just he gets into it. He's just like, oh yeah, you're blah blah blah. Just that's kind of why I don't like him, because he's not very clever with his responses.
Correct. Like with everything that happened with Diaz with McGregor, like all Diaz was saying was "fuck you, let's get into the ring, fuck you." And then McGregor just didn't know how to respond to that. Everyone else starts getting mad. This guy's just saying "fuck you" and giving me the finger, or throwing a water bottle at me, and like, wait, what? Like, I don't know how to respond to this. Like I don't. Oh yeah, it's he needs to take the fights. Like if he was the number one contender and like shit was being like if he was getting dodged, like the whole Tony Ferguson thing of that no one wants to fight Ferguson right now. And like he was supposed to have a fight with the Eagle, and then he fucking can't make weight because he likes to eat too much shit and whatever. So it's just really strange of just what that division is at right now, mainly because of McGregor coming up and just taking the title.
Yeah. Hey, talk about weird title stuff. We might as well just bring this up right now. The GSP and Bisping fight done. It's done. Yeah. Dana White's just like, we can't wait this long. This doesn't make any sense. What everybody's been thinking of forever already. And
well, it's because they sent GSP something for September.
Yes. And
GSP took his 4 weeks or whatever to respond, and then he came back saying something about November. So yeah, everyone just said, okay, fuck this. And then what the
I'm not going to blame anybody except the UFC in this case.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. They should have never mentioned this fight until they had a concrete date.
Yep. Exactly.
And it is the UFC's fault for the whole thing. Like if GSP doesn't want, like again though, I don't know why he can't wait until, or why he wants to wait until November. If it is something to do with fighting at 85, he wants to get that weight.
According to GSP, he's always been open about not wanting to fight in the summertime. That's what they said. It's just, hey, we've said this to the UFC since day one. We don't want to fight in the summer. And they've always had their mindset on July, and he never, ever wanted to do that.
Yeah. And I don't fully understand that either. Like, what's his reasoning for not fighting in July? Like, I understand he's a very intelligent person. He has a good reason of himself, but we've never heard that.
No, and it's usually...
I would assume it's something to do with that he's fighting at 85, so he wants to get that weight on and actually get... And
not pretend to push out his belly.
It's just whatever like to have that weight on healthy. Like, so it's not just pure muscle. He can actually stay 25 minutes with that size. And I would assume it's something to do with that. But again, that's just an assumption. That's my thoughts. I have no fucking clue because I've never heard of anything regarding this outside of just, like UFC always wanted the fight week. And like that, even during the conference, so they were talking about doing the July fight weekend. And then it just all suddenly then jumped to like September or late August. And then I heard GSP wanted to fight in November. And then I'm like, okay, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. Well, you can't hold up the division like that. And now Dana White said that Yoel Romero is going to have the next title shot. So we'll see if that's actually true.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I don't buy it right now.
Or is this just he's trying to use that as a tactic for GSP to sign?
No, because they've been doing this since the start. This whole thing, I think, is just was a ploy to try to get GSP to fight in July, and he didn't want to. So he's not budging. He's gonna fight when he wants to fight.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
So, yeah, he hasn't been budging on anything since forever. So yeah. Why would he do that now? Hey, talk about GSP. This is related to him, I guess, somewhat. TriStar Gym. They're going to get a new guy in Vitor Belfort. That's where he's going to be training for his retirement fight at UFC 212. Yeah. Whatever. He's doing one last fight. Who was it against?
But like 212 is not very far away.
No.
Why would he just be starting his camp now or something? Or has he been there for some time?
No idea. But no, 212 is far
is
enough.
June 3rd. No, June 3rd. You're talking
That's
like
far
3-4 weeks.
That's far enough, dude. I don't know. I don't know how long he's been training there. Let's see.
Yeah, that's like, has he been there for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and then he's going to continue off? Like, okay, fair enough. But
Faraz Zahabi will also be in his corner.
Hmm.
Yes, I don't know how long. It doesn't say how long he's been there.
No.
Mm-hmm. Somebody confirmed with MMA Junkie on Monday, so he's been there for at least 4 days. June 3rd. That's almost a full month. Whatever. And he's fighting, who is it here? It should say it. Oh, Nate Marquardt. Yeah, that's a pretty good fight to have as his last fight. A winnable fight.
I don't think so.
Winnable. I said winnable. I didn't say he's going to win.
Okay, fair enough. I suppose he has a chance of winning, yes. It's not like he's...
Compared to the last few fights he's been given, I was just
technically, I don't even think Gastelum should have really been able to beat him, but...
Oh, no, Gastelum, that was a pretty clear victory.
Oh, I know, but that's how far Vitor has fallen.
Well, yeah.
I think Marquardt versus Gastelum, there would be Gastelum would have a much more difficult time with Marquardt than he would with Vitor.
Marquardt can also get punched in the head and get knocked out, so I don't know.
Yes, but I just think he'd be stronger and...
Yeah, he has a wrestling background. He would be harder to take down and do stuff, but on the feet... Or he would
take him down, or... I just think Marquardt would have had a better chance of beating Gastelum.
Yes, I guess so. Justin Gaethje, he's calling out Edson Barboza for his first UFC fight. That's a pretty good fight because he's ranked number 5. Justin Gaethje, I think he deserves a pretty good opponent. So definitely fucking top 10.
Gaethje's ranked number 5?
No, Edson Barboza.
Barboza, yeah, okay.
No, Justin Gaethje was the WSOF champion.
Right, yeah. I understand. Yeah. Like, he's now signed with the UFC, but I'm just where. I guess they don't rank him until after he's fought.
I guess so. I don't know because I don't know entirely how it works. I think it's like some media outlets can vote in and do all that stuff, but whatever. I don't think that they ultimately matter all that much. It just gives you an overall idea kind of the division, but yeah. JDS says his fight against Miocic will be the fastest KO in UFC heavyweight division. So newsflash here, just real quick. The fastest UFC knockout is a heavyweight division fight to begin with. So if he does beat the 7 seconds that Todd Duffy versus Tim Hague is set at UFC 102. Yeah, Todd Duffy just walked up and bam! One punch and it was over.
I just remember that Canadian out of Edmonton, Jim.
That might be number 1 now. Actually, that's 4 seconds or 5 seconds.
I think he may have. No, I think he tied it. I think
he tied it. Okay, it was 7 seconds. Yeah, I think they timed it at 9 seconds at first, and then they rolled it back. To be tied. That might be what happened. But yeah,
that was ridiculous.
I also remember the Todd Duffy one. It was pretty much it was similar.
Drunk motherfucker hits and runs.
Yes. It was a very similar situation. But yeah, I doubt he's gonna get a 7-second KO against fucking Miocic. Sorry, JDS.
I highly doubt that.
Yes. I'm probably favoring Miocic, to be honest. Even though JDS beat him last time.
I'm expecting a really good fight because both of these guys are really fucking good. Yeah. There's a good chance they're going to get knocked. One of them's going to get knocked out, but I would think it'd probably be minute 3 of the first, somewhere around there, before anyone goes down. I
don't disagree with you at all, but yeah.
It's not going to be 7 seconds any which way. Neither of them are going to be able to just go in there and...
Well, it could be fast, but not 7 seconds fast. I don't see that happening.
But, both of them move really well, so I just don't see them.
And none of these guys are called We're Doom, so I don't see any crazy kick coming out of this first second. I don't see that happening.
Oh man, what he did to fucking Brown, that was awesome.
And I don't think Brown saw it coming at all. That's the thing. Like,
well, he would have saw it coming. He just never expected something fucking crazy.
Out of the bat, like, and it's not like we're doomed. That's not his calling card, right? It's not like he does that all the time. So
no, but he has the reputation of doing crazy shit.
Yes.
But like, you just see a 250-pound guy flying at you with his foot out. Like, oh, okay, yeah. That was just some fucked up shit. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that fight was awesome.
No, that fight was horrible on Brown's.
I know, because
Edmund needs to be courted and fucking shot for UFC fighting. I don't.
Yeah.
Or MMA fighting in general.
Did you see the picture of Demetrius Johnson with all his titles?
No.
They finally got him all his titles. So he defended it for 10 times, right? So he should technically have 11 titles. So
yeah, the one he won plus defending it 10 times.
Defending it 10 times. He only has 10 in this picture, which is fine. Whatever, just 10. He doesn't really need 11. It's just an odd number. It would look weird anyways. But it kind of looks weird because then he could have 4 on both sides instead of just having 4 on his right and then 3 on his left. Anyways, there you go. That's Demetrius Johnson with all his titles.
He looks weird without any facial hair or anything.
But he has facial hair. What are you talking about?
No. There's one photo when you Google him that he's clean shaven. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck that. Oh, wait a minute, that is him. What the hell?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's just like you're looking at like a 14-year-old boy or something like that when he doesn't have his facial hair like that. He's the one with a giant fucking beard all the time.
Did you hear about Jessica Pena? That's
what he's facing.
So she's
doping. Shit.
She's facing an anti-doping charge from USADA. But the thing is, it's interesting from her case because it's a March 20 sample that she gave that she initially passed all the tests on. But then they were looking at like some of her vitals. I guess they call it bio
false positive.
No. They call it a bio passport or something like that, where they can look at all like your vitals and like tell stuff and be like, oh, weird, like maybe her estrogen was super high on this one test.
But if your estrogen or if something like that is that high, this should be that low, and if it's not, then there's something going on.
So, well, the thing is what people are speculating now is that she took a drug that is not known of right now. So they can't test for it, but they still found her out through other means.
Yeah.
Of looking at her stuff. So yeah, this is the first time that's ever happened in the UFC. They've been doing this in the cycling, the bicycling.
Right.
And that's how they've been catching a lot of the guys lately. And this is the first time in the UFC, which is kind of surprising because they've been doing tests in the UFC for a very long time. But I don't really know anything.
The doping shit in the biking stuff is absolutely insane.
Yes, and they know how to get around that stuff too.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah. Well, that's one of like the whole thing is that they did some really weird shit. They were like almost pioneers in the whole concept.
Yes.
Like Olympic guys just never really took the chance, and then the bikers, I guess, didn't have the same level of watching. I want to say cyclists are one that like kind of started that thing where you take your blood out and you put in like a centrifuge or whatever, and you spin it really fast, and then your blood does weird thing, and then you inject it back into your blood doping in general. Yeah, I'm sure that you get the red blood cell. Yeah, so the red blood. I don't know if they go to the top or the bottom, but yeah. Something like that, yeah.
I want to say that was definitely cycling. That was
most likely, yeah. Especially, because
they might not have started it, but they were definitely one of the first that were like, "Oh, hey, we're definitely doing this."
They're doing it in a lot, yeah.
Yeah. That's. I mean, you can do that. That's fucking awesome. You just can't do it while you're competing.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing, like, you can really increase your red blood cell count in many different ways, but. Mm-hmm. Like you can do drugs, you can do doping, or you can just live at like 12,000 feet. Like go live in Mexico City or something like that, and you'd be fine. But because I think you'd only want it to get to a certain point. After it gets to a certain point, your blood starts getting thick, and you can get clots and all sorts of shit from outside that.
So that Bellator we were talking about earlier. That's next week.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Venom Page got a knee injury, and he is not going to be fighting in that card.
Mm.
So he was like the co-main event. Honestly, he's the only other fight on that card I was like kind of looking forward to. So,
yeah, I want to like that. Well, the main event, I'm pretty sure I know what's going to happen. Just watching it to then make like just to go, oh, I was right.
Yep. I wonder how much of an underdog Daly is.
Yeah,
because if he's like a super underdog, that could be an okay bet to place right there.
Yeah,
I'm not saying do it. I'm not. That's not one of those. I've only said it once in my entire life on this show. Said bet on this one and it was right. So I'm not going to do it again. I'm 1-0 for life. All right. Tim Elliott has replaced the injured Joseph Bonavides in a June 11th showdown against Ben Gwynn at UFC Fight Night 110. So that's a pretty quick replacement. 1 month, Tim Elliott stepping in.
There's no betting lines available for this event. What?
That's crazy. That's only 1 week away. There has to be somewhere.
When do they open betting? I guess maybe it is a week away. Which
for Bellator maybe, but I don't know. I feel like that main event's pretty big that they would be taking bets a long time ago. Anyways, but yeah, did you hear that news item I just said? The Tim Elliott thing?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Like Benavidez, it's pretty good.
For Elliott, that's a fucking fantastic.
Yeah. Gwynn, doesn't matter who he won against. If
Elliott
he
wins, looked really good in his last fight. Like he didn't look bad against Demetrius, but he looked really good in his last fight.
No, I've been watching Tim Elliott fight. Where was he fighting before UFC? He was out there. He's good. Talked about this earlier. Doo-Ho Choi. He's going to be fighting against Andre Feely. Those two fighters are good. That should be a really good fight. So I'm not afraid of that fight sucking, to be honest, because Doo-Ho Choi, crazy South Korean motherfucker, and Andre Feely, he's one of those Brazilians that man, I don't know. He's fast. He's fast and he likes to fucking trade, which I wouldn't say all Brazilians like to trade. Anyways, yeah. Bellator CEO Scott Coker said that he will be talking to Matt Liddell and Chuck Liddell and Matt Hughes. He said that I'm sure we'll talk. So I wouldn't be surprised about seeing Matt Hughes there. Chuck Liddell, I would be totally surprised, but Matt Hughes, I would not be.
No, I wouldn't. But I honestly, I don't know who the fuck you would. Like, Sarah is really the only fight that I would care to see Matt Hughes in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's you though, man.
True, but who is like?
People watched that Ken Shamrock versus Hoist Gracie fight. That was a fucking train wreck. People watched it, like me. So
Even that fight freaking 30 years ago wasn't all that, or 25 years ago wasn't all that.
Dude, Ken Shamrock in the UFC was pretty.
Because they did this super fight, right? That's what I'm thinking. It was like UFC 7.
Yeah. I want to say maybe Ken Shamrock was a champion heading into it.
No, I don't think that.
No, I think that he was. I'm pretty sure that he was. Because the first super fight champion was I
thought it was. Oh no, well, because I remember Shamrock versus Severin, and that was a horror. Oh my god, that was disgusting.
Was it Severin that was champ then?
No, it was Shamrock.
Yeah, so then it was Shamrock then. I'm pretty sure it was Shamrock. Anyways.
I'm trying to look it up. But
did you see the UFC 212 poster?
Negative. Or no, yeah. I didn't notice anything weird.
Oh, well, I'm going to bring it up. It looks interesting. Aldo champion and then Holloway champion, and they're reversed. So you can flip the poster upside down and have your favorite dude on top. That's funny. It looks like if you were to get rid of the text and like put a J in the corner or something, or like a K, it would look like a card. You know what I'm saying?
No.
If you would put like an A in the top corner where the UFCs are, it would look like a card, like a playing card.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So yeah, it's all right. It's better than most UFC posters, to be honest, because most UFC posters are terrible. They've been doing better. So, UFC 211, that's the next pay-per-view that's happening this weekend. Henry Cejudo is off the card against Sergio Pettis. Cejudo says that he has a fucked up hand. He stopped training on that hand. I think this is his left hand. He stopped training with it 2-3 weeks ago, and he only started training with it again recently, and the pain was still there. And the UFC sent him to their doctor, and their doctor said that he has a cyst in there, and he has a ruptured capsule, whatever the hell that means in there. I guess he had like a little capsule thing that holds liquid. And then also he has a possible torn ligament, so that fight's not happening. That's kind of shitty because that was on the pay-per-view. And now it's being replaced by David Branch versus Krzysztof Jutko. That was on the preliminaries. That's an all right fight though, because David Branch coming off of World Series of Fighting, and Krzysztof Jutko I think is 11-0. So fucking A. That's a fucking awesome fight, to be honest. But I was really looking forward to Henry Cejudo and Sergio Pettis. That kind of sucks, but whatever.
Yeah.
That card is still stacked. That's the good thing about 211 is even if they did lose a fight, it didn't really matter because that card looks really good. All right. You want to talk about The Ultimate Fighter? Did you watch it?
I did.
Do you have notes?
Not really, no.
Off the top of your head, this show was amazing, wasn't it?
The fight was okay for the short period of time that it was on. Like the in-house stuff is like you had dumbass getting drunk and at the house or whatever.
Oh, here's another sounder that we need to put on the soundboard is Cody Garbrandt saying like hanging with the boys.
Yeah.
Or whatever the fuck he was saying, or hanging with my boys. And he said it like a bazillion times.
Yeah, and then they even like
one of the girls was like, "You're gonna look like a total asshole."
That was his girlfriend.
Oh yeah, that's funny. That's awesome. She's right.
Yeah,
she's 100% right.
Yep.
Well, to his credit, he said he doesn't care, and he kind of wants to do that this season. So hey, I guess he wants to be the asshole, which is fine. It's better than Ronda Rousey being like, I'm not an asshole. Dude, you're totally an asshole. Stop pretending. That's what I don't like about Ronda Rousey. I just wish she would embrace it. She'd be like, yeah, whatever. I'm kind of a dick.
I'm the bitch. Fuck yeah.
I'm kind of a bitch, whatever. You want to call me a cunt, that's fine.
Whatever.
Hey, whatever. You can call me whatever you want. I go out there and I kick some ass. That'd be fucking awesome, but no. She's always like, I can't go on Twitter anymore because people are calling me names. Anyways, no, my notes on the stuff that's happened in the house. They did a birthday card for TJ, and they shaved some, not pubic hair, but body hair off.
Body hair, yeah.
And they glued it onto the card that looked like a teddy bear. So yay, that happened. Everybody did it except James Krause. He's really not into it. He's just like, no, not doing it, man. It's my body hair. You're not having it. And then later on.
The super fight thing, it was a draw between Shamrock and Gracie.
Oh, but the full, 20 minutes, 25, whatever the fuck it was.
In UFC 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That was just bugging me of like, what the fuck?
And you said Shamrock was the champion?
Then that was the first one.
Oh, the first one. Okay.
It was a draw, and then Shamrock fought Severin, beat Severin.
They were just like, we don't need this Gracie guy here anymore.
Yeah. And then he fought twice, once to a draw against Oleg Tektorov.
Tektorov, yeah, yes, yep.
And then Kimo. He then defeated Kimo
Leopoldo.
Leopoldo. Leopoldo.
I definitely remember Oleg. Oleg wore like the wrestling tights and that were red. I think he might have even had knee pads and boots. I might be wrong on the knee pads and boots, but he definitely had the red fucking wrestling tights.
Yeah,
good times. I liked MMA back then, man. It was fucking crazy.
Severin was then in Detroit, but doesn't say who he fought.
That title did not last long because every fight was pretty much a super fight anyways.
Yeah, they introduced the heavyweight division not long after that.
Yeah. All right. So something else that they did, Cody Garbrandt went to the house and then they partied with him. Misha Tate was there. Misha Tate's so cool.
Misha Tate.
I would totally hang out with her.
And that is one of the things, though, is that she does go out and hang out with people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's a few fighters that are cool. They're just like wrestlers. There's a few of them that are fucking awesome, but there's a few of them that are just like...
just complete dicks.
You're super fucking intimidating. I don't know if I even... Okay. I'm just going to get out of here then. Sorry I bugged you. Okay. I didn't know you didn't like being a fucking popular dude, but sorry. All right. Anyways. James Taylor decided to do some poems in the hot tub with his teammates, and they all joined in. That was a pretty funny moment. That's probably going to be the best moment of the whole season, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because most of it is just going to be
Joe
drama.
Daddy had his little poem rap thing or whatever.
Well, they all did it, but Joe Daddy was the one that he was short and sweet with it. It all rhymed though, and he did the delivery pretty good. So
yeah,
out of all of them, he was probably my favorite. He was the one that made me laugh.
Yeah, Joe Daddy's fucking Joe Daddy though. So what the fuck?
And James Krause had a lot of food related ones. His last one was the one I was just like, okay, that's pretty good. But all the other ones were just like, he was repeating food items twice and then talking about them. And he thought he was so amazing. Just like, this is my poetry, bro.
Whoa.
Yeah, whatever. It was pretty funny. And again, James Krause, he was the one that was left out again. He was not in the hot tub, but they did a group hug at the end, which was just pretty much a huddle. But there you go. That's pretty much the in-house stuff. And then the fight was Johnny Nunez and James Krause. Pretty much expected James Krause to dominate, but Johnny Nunez actually moved in on the inside and landed a bunch of punches.
He came out fast and hard like he needed to.
He landed a bunch of punches. The only thing that really Krause did early was land those leg kicks. Those leg kicks were deadly.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much the beginning of the fight. Nunez was able to get a takedown.
He
was like kind of a trip knockdown thing because they were backing out. I don't really want to call it a knockdown. It's kind of like a trip thing.
It was
and then he was going for a choke that he had to let go because he didn't really have it.
Yeah.
So
he was going for a Darce,
I was really impressed with Nunez. He did way more than I fucking thought he would. But then he got fucking kneed in the body, and it was done. Like the solar plexus
a bunch of times. The one that dropped him, I'm pretty sure, was in the head.
No, it was definitely in the body.
It was?
I want to say he hit him in the solar plexus. He said he got hit in the liver. So I guess he got hit in the liver. I'm going to leave it up to him. He knows where he got hit.
Fair enough. But yeah, that was like he dropped after that knee.
Oh, yeah, dude. No, so he had kind of, what do you call that? Muay Thai clinch, right? When you have the behind of the head kind of. Yeah. And then he just fucking kneed him right in the body and he fell like straight on his face. And I thought for sure it would be done right there, but I guess the ref just decided to let it go because James didn't really do anything. It's not like he jumped and fucking attacked.
He took it like he
took the back
went around and got into mount and got
the rear naked. And
exactly.
That was the end of it. And TJ's team is 4-0 now.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not looking good on the other side.
Well, I guess there was the one other thing of Diego and the other guy. Shit, I don't.
Hader Hassan.
Yeah. They're fight. They're at the same gym.
Yes, they're in the same gym. And who picked this one? Cody Garbrandt, of course, because he's an asshole.
They didn't. Was that I didn't? Well, I guess I didn't watch the whole fight.
They alternate. So I'm pretty sure the last fight was picked by Cody, and then this time, by TJ, and then this time it was Cody's turn. Yeah, because it's not governed by who wins this time.
Okay.
They rotate.
Which I think that's bullshit.
Yes and no, but like so far, Garbrandt's fight picks have all been terrible, anyways.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, he's making him fight a really good friend plus training partner.
Plus somebody I think that's better than him. I think Lima's probably going to win.
I don't know. I honestly don't know on who would win, but like it's just forcing. Like it's okay. It's like okay, Garbrandt, you fight Uriah. Let's see how you like that. Like, you're a fucking dick.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
like,
for sure.
Because TJ would never. If it's the
TJ...
final and you're the last two guys and fighting something like that, okay, I can kind of understand that you have to fight. Sure, it's for the belt, it's for the money, but just pitting two friends against each other because you think he has a good chance of winning, like, what the fuck? It's not going to be an entertaining fight. It's not going to be a good fight. It's you got two really good guys that know each other. That are really good friends. Like it's just not going to be a good fight. Well, whenever that happens, it's not a good fight.
In the very first episode, when he was scouting his team, Cody Garbrandt, I was kind of impressed because he was not only looking at their physical shit, but he was also asking them very easy questions that everybody should probably ask somebody that wants to be on a team, right? And he was taking a very mental approach with it too. But then, since then, his fight picks have been bad. His fucking team. I don't really agree.
He was obviously not asking
picks.
Or taking those questions correctly.
Yeah. Yes.
Like he's asking good questions, but how did he react to those? He obviously didn't react correctly because his team sucks.
Because if you look at TJ, he would have never done this fight in the first round. Not in the first round. That's for sure. But anyways, whatever.
Pretty much.
Terrible decision on whoever decided that fight, which I'm pretty sure was Cody. Let's talk about the next UFC, but first I will talk about the Canelo Alvarez versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. fight. It was on pay-per-view. It was on HBO this weekend. It was good, but it was in Vegas, so it didn't have that big feel of the Wembley Stadium event a few weeks back. That was just insane. I loved everything about that, but this was just another pay-per-view. Why is it not giving me the full card? Boxing is so hard to look up because it never gives you the full card. It just gives you the fucking main event, and I just want the full card. Anyways, the co-main event was a Canadian dude called something Lemieux, and he was fighting a dude called something Latin. Fuck. I wish it gave me the full card because then I could just look it up. Here, I'm just going to look up full card, and then it might actually give it to me. Maybe undercard. Yeah.
But that wouldn't be the co-main event if he's on the undercard.
I think in boxing, it doesn't. They call shit whatever, dude.
Yeah.
But anyways, whatever. That fight was really good because the Canadian dude was a little bit smaller, and in the first 3 rounds, he fucking destroyed him. He was lighting him up. I couldn't believe that he was not getting knocked out. The dude was just taking damage like crazy, and then I thought it was going to end, but the last 7 rounds. The Latin dude started taking over, but near the end it was getting to Lemieux again. And oh my god, Lemieux's just fucking crazy for his size. Because if the other dude didn't have the size advantage, it would have been over a long time ago. That's for sure. But that fight was awesome. And then the main event, Canelo Alvarez versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Not a good fight. That was not very good. That's pretty boring. They didn't really do anything. I was expecting Chavez to do way more than he did, but he was just backing up the whole fucking fight, really. He landed a few combinations, and when he was landing, he was doing good, but it really happened only like 2 or 3 times the whole fucking fight. 12 rounds of nothing. The only saving grace for this is that they announced Triple G versus Canelo Alvarez is the next fight, and they're aiming it for September 19th, I think, or September 9th, which is the same day that apparently... the
McGregor and
Mayweather fight. Yes. Yeah. Which I'm going to call maybe bullshit on that for right now, because that's Mexican Independence Day. That's why that day is so huge, because those Mexicans are going to buy that goddamn pay-per-view. Yeah. Doesn't matter which one is out on that day, they're going to buy it. Especially, I feel like Mayweather and Conor is the bigger one that they're probably going to buy. But like Triple G and Canelo Alvarez, dude, those Mexicans are going to go fucking crazy for that fight, because holy shit. That fight... Canelo Alvarez could actually lose to somebody that's not Mayweather. That's fucking crazy. I have a big feeling that Triple G is going to win that fight. because God, this last fight Canelo Alvarez was terrible. But anyways, and this is probably going to happen in a stadium, but we don't know yet. They have not announced a city or a venue, so we do not know. So that's why I feel like the Mayweather Conor fight could still happen if they were to announce that in like a week or two and be like, yeah, we have a venue. It's in Dallas. It's in Cowboy Stadium. There you go. Show up, guys. What are the other guys going to do? Be like, yeah, we also have a stadium show. It's also in not Dallas. It's in Houston.
Yeah.
They could. That'd be awesome. I would be all for that. That'd be a good day for boxing.
Yeah, I don't think either. Well, I don't see I don't even know exactly how the Mayweather McGregor fight would be put together.
It's going to be
I don't
it's
see.
going to be in a square cage.
No. I mean, like how it's being. It's not the UFC promoting this, is it?
It's going to have to be co-promoted somehow by
somehow. Yeah, something. Yeah. But I don't see them taking that chance because there would be a lot of people that would go to the other fight, and it's just half the number of eyes, or even a quarter of the. Like if you take away the quarter of number of the eye, like those eyes, that's a huge number. So
Mexican Independence Day is a huge day though, because this fight wasn't even on Cinco de Mayo, and it was still like, yeah, it's on the same weekend. Fuck it, it's still Cinco de Mayo. God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a huge. Like it felt huge watching it again, but the other one was just visually more exciting. It's just like, oh my God, these flames. There's fireworks. There's a drone flying inside of the stadium, and then there's a fucking helicopter outside of the stadium. So there's like multiple fucking height cams. It was awesome. And
so it was actually done in a stadium. Like how many people are we talking? Like we're talking actually the full stadium of 100,000 people or so.
Yes, it was close to. It was close to that. How much does Wembley fit? Because Wembley, I think, is for tennis, and they split it up for tennis. Right?
Yeah, I thought you looked at it last week.
Or it's soccer.
80,000. It was 80,000, but then again, whatever
it's 90,000 for rugby and 90,000 for boxing. There you go.
For how is it?
I don't know, man. It says 90,000.
Maybe they're not
boxing.
using some of the seats or something like that. Yeah. They put them onto the field instead.
Who knows?
Because there also could be just a max capacity.
Do you know something I love about boxing too, compared to like the stadium events they do for WWE, let's say, or something? I don't know about UFC, but when they do a stadium show, they put like a lighting rig in the middle of it, right? So like there's like 4 pillars holding up lighting, and they did not do that at Wembley. So it looked fucking awesome because you could see everything was just open everywhere, right? Yeah. So you could see the sky, you could fucking see everything. It was awesome. When the WWE had a helicopter at WrestleMania, it's like it was looking down, but you didn't really see the ring because there's this big thing blocking it.
Right.
But yeah, anyways, let's talk about UFC 111. That's happening this weekend. What fight are you most looking forward to on this one?
I guess it depends on your definition of looking forward to.
I'm just gonna go with the main event. That's pretty much the fight to look forward to.
Probably. But
there's so many fights though.
Yeah, like.
But yes,
Edgar Rodriguez versus Rodriguez.
Yeah, Frankie Edgar. Yeah, you're Rodriguez. That's a good matchup.
Yeah, like it's just a very what the
Frankie
fuck is
Edgar can take some damage, but he can also give out damage. And Yair,
he's just fucking what the hell.
Yair's on a different level. Like he's not top tier. He's not top tier, but like he's one of those young guys that can just fucking destroy.
He's a crazy Mexican. Yes. Crazy as in a good thing. Like he takes chances. He'll like do some fucked up crazy shit.
Here's what I meant to say with him. He's gonna get to a level I think where he's just gonna be gatekeeper, because there's a certain level that I'm not sure he can beat right now. Anyways,
this will indicate it.
Yes.
Not to say even if he doesn't win. Like if it is just like it comes down to his counter wrestling. Is what it really will come down to on how good his counter wrestling is. And this will tell us how good his counter wrestling is. Can he get up or can he avoid the takedown in general? Like it's just, if he can, I think he'll win. Because stand up wise, I don't see on how Edgar could not keep up, but outstrike him. Like he's not gonna be able to outpoint. If Edgar can't get him down, Edgar's not gonna win. He's too short. He's too stocky. He doesn't kick enough. He doesn't there's just Edgar's game is always about the takedown and beating the fuck out of you on the ground, and just tapping you with the jab and pissing you off so that you then get taken down and shit like that. He's not gonna really knock anyone out.
Yeah, Damon Maya versus Jorge Masvidal is also a very good fight.
Masvidal's gonna get fucking raped. He's gonna get ragdolled, and
I don't know.
If Maya gets his hands on him, the fight is gonna be over.
Sure, yeah, I guess.
You know, can Masvidal knock him out? As that's happening would be the big thing. Because as soon as Maya gets the whole round's over for if he can somehow not get submitted for the 4 minutes remaining in the fight or round, which I highly doubt that will happen. Like I'm sure Maya will submit him.
Probably.
As soon as he gets him down. It's just, can he knock him out as he's coming in for that takedown?
Maya said that he has not been promised the next title shot, but he probably should get it if he wins.
Yeah, and I again, Woodley, I don't see how Woodley's going to beat him. He's already lost to Woodley, or he's already beat Woodley. Sorry, so.
Oh, I got what you meant.
I don't I don't see how Woodley can actually beat him. His jiu-jitsu is just fucking idiotic. He's starting to strike, and he's actually starting to do ground. He does good ground and pound now, and he's starting to strike. So
the scary thing about Maya is that he's always been good, and he's getting better.
Yes. Well, he's always been good at jiu-jitsu. So if he got his hands on you, you're not going anywhere unless.
But he always did good in MMA. He's never been a terrible fighter. You know. He's never been an exciting fighter, but he's never been a terrible fighter.
He's getting to the point that he is almost exciting. Like what he did.
Oh, no. He's exciting now, man. I watch him now, and I fucking love him. He's fucking awesome.
Like that Gunnar Nelson fight was really good. It was just an absolute schooling for the most part, but it was a really interesting fight to me anyways. The Matt Brown fight was ridiculous on just that he ended up squeaking out that submission in the last 10 seconds. And then Condit, he just fucking schooled.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the Masvidal, I don't know if Masvidal can just one shot some guy. Masvidal's stuff is typically combos. He's throwing combos. If someone's coming in on you like Maya's going to, you can't throw combos. You just have to throw that one big fucking uppercut or a knee and hope for the best.
To me, that's a fight I find a little bit hard to predict.
Yeah, I just, if Maya gets him down, it's over. It's just what I think. I don't think Masvidal would have the ground game to be able to stop Maya.
Another good fight: Eddie Alvarez versus Dustin Poirier. That's the main event of the prelims.
TV, yeah. And even the Scully and Knight, man, that sounds like a fucking awesome fight as well.
Chaz is an exciting fighter, that's for sure.
Yeah. And Jason Knight's put on some pretty interesting fights as well, his last few. So
James Vick versus Marco Polo Reyes.
I'm not. No,
I know both of them. They're pretty all right. And then the very opening fight, Yoem Christensen versus Gadzhimurad Antigulov. That's gonna be.
That's a hell of a mouthful of a name.
Yeah, but we'll just say Antigulov.
Yeah.
That's a good fight. Christensen, I really love him. He's fucking an exciting dude.
Denmark versus a Russian. That's those two crazy.
That's gonna be a good fucking opening fight. I that's what I feel. I could be totally wrong, but as far as an opening fight, man, I don't think you can ask for a better one.
Assuming this is heavyweight or
this is light heavyweight.
Light heavyweight, okay. Because they both look big, but they don't look big.
Joachim might have been a heavyweight at one point. But I'm pretty sure in the UFC he's always been light heavyweight.
Yeah, he's a 205er, and then it was a. Yeah. Okay.
The UFC Fight Pass main event is Jessica Aguilar versus Courtney Casey. That's a pretty alright one too. I'm a fan of Aguilar. And then, of course, the two main events, Joanna Jędrzejczyk versus Jessica Andrade. That's going to be fucking awesome. Jesus.
Yeah, that's an interesting fight.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's going to go to distance, but it could because they're so tough. I could see them just outlasting everything that they throw at each other.
I don't know. Because Joanna's a good enough counter striker that she could maybe knock her out if she catches her really coming forward. Like, she has a stiff enough cross that could do some good damage, and then maybe not just straight knock her out, obviously, but hurt her enough to drop her and then just go on top and beat the shit out of her.
Yep.
But
we shall see.
It's a good fight. Is all I can fucking.
I honestly have a hard time predicting this one.
I don't know what would happen.
Joanna, I always go on her side and just say she's going to destroy. But on this fight,
yeah. Oh, reach, I think, is going to play the big thing, is if she can make up that distance.
And then we already talked about the main event, Stipe Miocic versus Junior Dos Santos. Junior Dos Santos, he just, he seems like a super old man now. And he's only 33.
He's only 33.
Well, it's just because he got destroyed those few times, and he's been getting destroyed since then too. Like Cain Velasquez twice, and then Alistair KO'd him. Yeah, he's just been getting KO'd. So I don't know what to think of him anymore. Really, like he can still beat most people.
He pretty much schooled Rothwell.
Yes, but that's Rothwell. It's not fucking the champion.
No, but Rothwell was on a fucking massive tear there while that happened.
I suppose, but
yeah, no, I know. But that was
these two have already fought.
Step up.
Yeah, these two have already fought, and it wasn't a crazy blowout or anything. So
no, and yes, Stipe would have gotten substantially better.
Yeah, I definitely think that Stipe is more improved of the two since 2014, because that wasn't. Yeah, yes. That's a 2.5 years. 2.5. Yeah.
Yeah, it was December 14, so it's pretty much exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, Stipe has come a long way.
Yeah, and I think even at that point, the point that he was able to fight Junior at that point in time to a 5-round decision, that was saying a lot. Like, that opened a lot of people's eyes to. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. But again, but the thing is, if you're talking about knocking somebody out and then you end up taking them down, it's just a complete mind fuck. So that might be his strategy, is just get him thinking that, oh, I'm gonna knock you out, I'm gonna do all stand up, just straight boxing, and then just go right there and take a fucking shot and just try to do something in the first few minutes of just beating the living shit out of him on the ground. We'll see. Not too long away now.
Yeah. So that's it. That's this weekend. I don't think there's any other MMA things that are notable. There's definitely not any Bellator this weekend. It is this weekend. No, it's next weekend. Blah, it's next weekend. Blah, blah.
Can't be the same.
Yeah, no, I don't know why I said that. There's no Bellator this weekend. I'm just gonna go look up UFC Fight Pass real quick. There might be something else going on, but I doubt it. It's a pretty big goddamn card this weekend. I don't know if you'd want to compete with that, really.
Well, there might be an Invicta on tomorrow night or something, but
no, there's just that press conference.
Glory.
The summer kickoff press conference. That's going to be everywhere. So if you follow UFC on YouTube or Facebook, I'm sure it's going to pop up there. As well as UFC Fight Pass. That's at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, I think is what it said. So look out for that if you're curious about what is going to be on that August card. It's going to be John Jones and Cormier.
They were. I thought they were listed for 14, which would be like the end of July.
Pretty sure it's being targeted for UFC 214, which July 29th.
Yeah.
The end of July.
Yeah, I said end of July.
Sorry.
I said end of July.
Sorry. Not August.
Because they don't actually have anything in August.
They don't have anything on
at
August
this point
yet.
in time.
Maybe that's something they're going to announce at this event. Here's our August event.
Yep.
It will be in Vegas.
Yeah.
Holy shit. What?
Wait a minute. Yeah, they don't have a 215 listed. They have a 216 and a 214. There's no 215. So that...
Well, because 216 is probably like somewhere overseas or something, if I had to guess, right?
It's Edmonton.
Okay. International. Not exactly overseas, but close enough.
Yeah. Yeah. But again, like August isn't that far away. I'm assuming that's when 215 would be. But
yes, probably.
Or they'll have to rename 216 215.
215. They could do that.
Yeah.
They could totally do that. Because when's that Anaheim event? Is that 213 or 214? It was 214.
The Anaheim
wasn't it?
is 14. Yeah.
Yeah. That was the event that was supposed to take place in January. So.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they moved it. They remember Bellator had that event with the two old guys, Sonnen and
Ortiz.
Ortiz, yeah. Yes. They had that on, and then the UFC was like, whoa, we can't do an event at Anaheim at the same time. It's crazy. They're in LA. We can't do this. And they were like, okay, we're out. That was an interesting time. Because you would never see the UFC do that back in the day. You would have been like, oh, yeah? You want to do an event near us too? Well, fucking our card is stacked, motherfuckers. But they couldn't.
Yeah.
They couldn't. Because that's not the UFC nowadays. There's no fighters that are fucking going like, we love the UFC and we're going to fight 10 times a year. There's literally no fighters that are saying that right now. There might be fighters that are saying, well, I'll fight 4 or 6 times a year, but there's no fighters that are going like, because I love the UFC and I trust them wholeheartedly. There's literally nobody saying that right now. So it's an interesting time for the UFC.
Well, they've gotten so big and they have so many fighters that you can't show favoritism, and you can't, like, even though they are to a point on some of these fighters, but like it's just when they do, like with this whole GSP thing of him getting the title shot, of that all the 185ers are like, well, I want an interim fight. I want an interim fight. I want an interim fight.
Well, and then Bisping's been bringing up to that Conor McGregor can also hold up divisions, and yeah, sure, but you're not Conor McGregor. God damn it.
Yeah. But the thing, like, McGregor wasn't supposed to, like, there was supposed to be an interim fight for that, and then like that went all fucking sideways. But
yeah, and now they have 2. Do they have 2? Oh no, Aldo just got the title. Just like, here you go.
Yes,
here you go, Aldo.
Is a big bullshit. But
yeah, that was funny. I think we're done talking about MMA.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
it's actually quite late for ending the show.
We've been finishing around 11 lately. Last week was a lot of video game stuff, and then this week was a lot of MMA stuff. So
no, there's a lot of news in general.
There was a lot of news in general, but we blazed through the gaming stuff. We spent an hour and a half on each, and we crashed a few times, but whatever. I wonder what that is, because it's every time I play a video in XSplit. So if I played that video in VLC and then just screen capped it, it would probably work fine. But then that's more fucking work for me. I gotta worry about shit. So I don't know. Maybe I could bring it up to XSplit and then see if they can figure out what the hell the problem is. But
anyways, I would assume it's something to do with your video card, but
my video card or just my computer in general. Maybe I don't have enough RAM.
Both. That actually could, because that's a big thing. Is if you don't have enough RAM, it works perfectly fine until you don't, and then it just eats a dick, like, horribly.
Yeah, and it's been doing better since I got this hard drive. So I wonder if maybe just because my hard drive's faster, maybe it doesn't crash. It can recover itself.
I don't know.
Because if the RAM overflows, it goes to the hard drive. So maybe it was just crapping out when it's trying to go to my regular hard drive, but now it
uses your hard drive no matter what. It's still feeding system.
Oh yeah, there's virtual memory going to the hard drive no matter what. But when it craps out, it doesn't know what to do with anything anymore. When you top it out, I don't know if my 4 gigabytes is ever getting maxed out.
I've never actually topped out RAM before, so I don't really know what happens.
Let's see. I'm just gonna look up on my system stuff right now before we get out of here.
Because you do only have 4 gigs, don't you?
Yeah, but I've never seen it top out. Let's see. Memory. I'm at 3 gigabytes right now.
Yeah.
So it's not bad.
Well, you're 75% in. That's not good either.
That's not good, but I'm not running a bazillion thing. Maybe when I bring up the video, it just kicks the RAM up the dick.
I'll try it right now and see what happens.
I did. It's fine now. It's just sometimes sometimes when I load the video, it also flashes your stickam sometimes. So I think everything is just playing around with it. Anyways. Yeah, hey, Sprawl and Brawl, we're here every Thursday night. Right after Fresh Air is overrated. So that's around 10 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Every Thursday we're here. We get VODs and MP3s on our website, MegaScorcher.com. We're also a podcast, if you want to go check that out on iTunes and everywhere else where podcasts can be found. And you got any parting words?
Hanging out with my bros.
Sure. What was the other sounder that we said I was gonna have to have?
Head movement. Head movement.
Yes.
Head movement.
Yes. That's a good way to end.
No. Head movement. She's not listening. Head movement. No, she's already getting punched in the face. You're not going to get head movement after she's unconscious.
Mm-hmm. I know, and then there was a few times where she landed punches and he's like, yeah.
No, head movement.
That's terrible. I hate Edmund.
Yelling head movement at somebody is not going to do jack shit. You actually have to coach it and they learn how to do it.
That's how you know that Edmund is a real shithead, because I'm not a huge Rhonda dude, and I really hate Edmund. Yeah. Edmund is a real pile of shit.
And I think Rhonda's mom apparently really hates Edmund as well. So I don't know why she felt loyal to him to stay with him. I don't
know either, because he's apparently very obvious with his sexism. Mm-hmm. He's not a very good dude, that is what I hear. Anyways. Hey, we have an after show. If you're watching live, stay tuned. If not, then you're missing out, because we're totally awesome during the after show. That's when we do the dirty shit, and you can't see that on the podcast because iTunes won't let us do all that stuff. They're not cool. And Twitch, they won't even let us take off our shirts. So what will Twitch do when we do our craziness on the after show? They might take us off the air, and then you have to go on YouTube or something. Man, it's crazy. It's crazy time, 2017. See you guys.
Bye. Head movement.
Sure. You kind of sounded like Cartman. Funny enough.
That's what Edmund actually sounds like to me anyways.
I got them. You will respect my authority.